going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel and happy Friday. We're here today for one of the last episodes of the Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour. Just 2 regions left, then one big timeline video, and we're on to greener pastures. There's been so many different requests for what we're doing next. If there's anything you guys want to see, in the comments is where your thoughts go. We'll go from there. Today, though, we're talking about Wanshou, and this episode of the Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour, was brought to you in part by
360 Mac Gamer.
Hope you're enjoying your vacation, man. Now, I want to say let's dive in, but that's just too punny for where we're going. Wanshou, once upon a time, was Lunghwa's breadbasket. Well, one of them anyway. Once upon a time, this nation boasted vast, extensively irrigated reaches dedicated to the production of rice, which would be sent throughout the empire. When the empire collapsed, things quickly turned sour in Wanshou. The people rose up and rebelled, the nation tore itself apart, fields burned, all that fun stuff. And it wasn't long after this before a number of torrential storms battered the nation. When things looked their darkest, a cabal of desperate oracles called out to primal powers to be saved from storms and death and stuff, and what answered was the monstrous entity known as Zanagor, a black-skinned elder kraken who rose from the depths of Shidao. Hey, if you missed that video, follow this card right here. We'll teach you all about it. When this guy rose from the depths, he was accompanied by tsunamis and lightning so furious that Wanshou's capital of Umajan was almost entirely destroyed. But before everything was just completely lost forever, Zanagor called upon its magic and ended the typhoon, saving Wanshou from its obliteration. His price, the nation itself. Present day, there are those who believe that the strangely potent typhoon that set up Wanshou's domination was in fact engineered by the Kraken. In the century since Zanagor has conquered the nation, much of it has reverted to swampland, the once fertile rice paddies swiftly returning to wilderness. And with the rise in power of a monstrous kraken comes a rise in power of boggards as well as kappas. These guys are the favored minions of the kraken and often serve as military, priesthood, all the important positions. Everybody else, the descendants of those humans unfortunate enough to survive the typhoon, now serve as slaves, except for the growing number of men and women that believe Zanagor to be a benevolent god king, because, generations of insanity and self-hatred after being conquered by monsters, seems common practice. Now, I don't necessarily know where to tell you Wanshou is in the real world. I think this is more of a story of how to make the Sodden lands in the Dragon Empires. If you don't know what that means, by the by, follow this card right up here, and we will certainly teach you all about it. Except instead of a hurricane that destroyed a nation when a god died, this is on a much smaller scale, and smaller scale generally means our players can deal with it. Krakens are powerful creatures, yeah, sure. They're one of my favorite high-level monsters, but that does not make them unkillable. One of my favorite low-level encounters also involves the Kraken, teaching players how to cold shot the eye of something. It gets hurt and runs away, only to come back later. But, your ship got messed up in the fight, and now you have to stop at that uncharted island to make repairs. Best of luck to you. And Wanshou has that written all over it. If I were to GM here, basically I'm going back to my roots. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe some of the future videos in this channel will in fact go back to the roots of the game. I don't know, we'll see. As far as players from here, frankly I think both the Boggart and the Kappa are worthy of being races, given that they're not necessarily that powerful as monsters. And we definitely used Kappa in 3 Dragons for a little while. One of my favorite tactics to do with a Kappa is to put leech swarms in its headwater, so when it dies, the leech swarms are expelled into an open square and then, start doing what they do in combat. It's probably the strongest thing out there. But, anywho, that's all we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hey, remember to be sure to like and subscribe for more content. The next episode of the Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour, the second to last one, actually, where we're going to talk about Shenmen, drops next Friday.